Hello, and welcome to the Simply Business Interview Podcast, a podcast created by business owners for business owners. I am your host, John Jennings. And I believe that most business owners are working way too hard for much too little. And one of our issues is that we overcomplexify things. I believe the answers are almost always within us or within our reach. I like to say that I'm a simple man with simple ideas. So welcome to Simply Business. Have you ever looked up and just suddenly you realize it's June or July and thought, man, we've been busy all year, but what have we actually accomplished? I see this with business owners all the time. In fact, I see it when I look in the mirror all too often. I'm recording this on a Friday in the first week of June, and I'm trying to figure out, where's this year gone? So how about you? Here's what I'm seeing with my clients and the people I talk to. The calendar's packed, the team's working hard, projects are moving, meetings are happening, but there's this nagging feeling that we're not making the progress that we expected. It's been a weird year that way. I guess not all that unusual, but it just seems to be more prevalent this year. And the problem isn't effort, it's focus. It's a lack of clarity. It's the presence of distractions. And I talk to my clients about this all the time. I think one of the biggest leadership traps that I see is what I call the illusion of momentum. You see, activity creates motion, and we see a lot of motion, but priorities create momentum. And these are not the same thing. If you know me, I like to talk about clarity and priorities. Many organizations start the year with a clear strategy and a handful of priorities. And then reality shows up. A new opportunity comes along. A customer requests something. A new initiative gets added. A problem needs attention. Squirrel, right? Shiny object syndrome. And before long, what started as 3 priorities becomes 8 and then 12. There's that old quote, I'm not sure who said it first, but no plan survives first contact with the enemy. In this case, the enemy is just life. And so now everyone is working hard, but nobody's working on the things that we planned at the beginning. And so momentum in the business starts to fade. And now people aren't trying. It's not that they're not trying. It's because they're focused on the wrong thing. Their focus has become diluted. It's no longer focus. It's no longer clarity. We say yes to too many things. It dilutes our effort. It dilutes our strategy. Most leaders don't struggle with bad ideas. They struggle with too many good ideas arriving at the wrong time. Every new priority consumes capacity. It requires attention. It requires coordination and execution. An idea is just an idea, but you got to have a whole team behind you to carry out an initiative. And those initiatives steal energy for the priorities that matter most, the priorities that you set out at the beginning. And then suddenly, you're sitting here mid-year and you're starting to kind of freak out. And so another thing arrives. It's called urgency. And we suddenly start to panic and it becomes urgent, and the urgency starts to prioritize things. And we get into this juggling mess. And then suddenly we realize that we've become addicted to the urgency. And instead of driving the agenda that we started, we are reacting. And we're the loudest problem, the loudest voice is getting the attention. It's the old squeaky wheel syndrome. And priorities drift into the background, and leadership gets frustrated because the business still looks productive from the outside, but underneath the focus is slipping, the alignment is weakening, the execution is slowing down. So if you're doing a mid-year check-in, here's the question I'd encourage you to ask. What are we doing today that seemed important 3 months ago, but no longer is moving the business forward? And then the second question, if we could only accomplish 3 things between now and the end of the year, only 3, what would they be? What are the most important 3 things for your business? Because momentum isn't about doing more. It's about making progress on what matters the most. The businesses that are finish the year strong, that take the second half of the year and just nail it and focus on those 3 things, they're the ones that are going to be most successful. They're going to be the ones looking back this year and say, we protected our most important things. We protected our calendar. We protected our team. And we slowed down. We said, not now for some things. And we are now making the headway that we need to make. If you enjoyed this is the type of stuff we talk about in my newsletter. I hope you will consider subscribing to it. I'd love to hear from you. Always like interaction. And if we haven't caught up in a while, maybe it's time that we schedule some time together. Shoot me a message. We'll get on the calendar. I would love to talk to you and find out how your year is going and see if you think this year's flying by as fast as I do. Thank you, and have a great rest of your year. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you liked it, please share or like it on whatever platform you use. You can find me on social media. On most platforms, I'm John K. Jennings. My first book is also available. Your Baby is Ugly tells you about 10 truths that business owners need to hear, but often won't, and how to overcome them. You can find it on Amazon. Just search for Your Baby is Ugly. And be watching for our next episode, where I'll interview another business owner who will share their stories and insights into what it's like to create a great business.